Hi, and welcome to Carlos Castaneda, the Wheel of Time, the wisdom of the shamans of sorcerers of ancient Mexico. So, these quotes that I'm going to be interpreting are from Journey to Ixtlan, the third book, and some say the most practical book of all the 12, which I would tend to agree. So, starting from where we left off last time, Don Juan. To be a warrior hunter is not just to trap game. A warrior hunter does not catch game because he sets his traps or because he knows the routines of his prey, but because he himself has no routines. That is his advantage. He is not at all like the animals he is after, fixed by heavy routines and predictable quirks. He is free, fluid, unpredictable. So we might not necessarily be hunters or hunt game animals in an urban environment, in a postmodern environment, but we can still apply the warrior hunter's principles to our lives, right? We don't have to live by routine. I mean, we're kind of conditioned and forced into it by society. That we have to, get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, get on the bus at 7:30, and and get caught up in the rush hour of traffic and enter into the office at 9 o'clock, clock into the factory at 8 o'clock in the morning, and lunchtime's at 12, and then at 5 o'clock you've got the rest of the evening to yourself, and then you've got to go home and tend to the family and look after the children and all that stuff. But this is ordinary life. But to be a warrior practitioner means to loosen one's attachment to social conditioning, and part of this process is dropping habits, engaging in the process of the not doing of routines, not getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning every morning to have your breakfast, not going to the pub at 9 p.m. on a Friday evening, not doing your washing and ironing at a certain time of the day or week. One still has to do things, one still has to perform activities, one still has to achieve things, but we can do it in a more free and fluid manner, so that we are able to free up energy by not having routines, living without routines. How many of us have actually tried to do this? Now, I don't mean just sitting there idly and not doing anything, or just doing anything performing an act on the spur of the moment. Not that. Because this could quickly lead to negligence, because we'll soon get into the mode of thinking that nothing is worth doing. And that's not the warrior's way. Rather, we still want to achieve great things and act impeccably in the moment, in the present moment. But those acts are not governed by conditioned responses, habits, and routines. You see, they're guided by a receptivity and sensitivity to the present moment. And it makes us more effective as practitioners and people, because we are adaptable to the ever-changing circumstances of reality itself. Now, it doesn't mean you don't plan things. It doesn't mean you don't have a program of self-development and cultivation. But you don't have to stick to it in a rigid manner, which means that you must do your meditation in the morning, followed by 1 hour of yoga, followed by 2 hours of study, and do your reading in the afternoon and have your dinner at 6 o'clock, and because that is likely to get you attached to routine. It is another kind of routine. I mean, it's not an ordinary routine, but it is a routine nonetheless. And while you may achieve measurable progress with these routines, those routines in themselves don't free energy. They trap it. So we want to become free of trapped energy, conditioned responses. For an average man, the world is weird because if he's not bored with it, he's at odds with it. For a warrior, the world is weird because it is stupendous, awesome, mysterious, unfathomable. A warrior must assume responsibility for being here in this marvelous world, in this marvelous time. So if a person is not bored with the world, he's fighting against the world and everything that's happening in it. The way the world is simply unacceptable to him or her. There's too much negativity that's going on. There's conflict and wars and strife and suffering and bills and hardship and conflict. And it seems to be a never-ending cycle of negativity. But in a sense, this is just the flip side of the coin of the way things are in the first attention. This is the way ordinary life is. It's a schoolroom. It's not a playground. So we're here in the first attention to learn how to evolve and get into the second attention. And the second attention is where one begins to come into direct contact with the more mysterious side of reality. One makes a switch, as it were, between the tonal and the nagual. And in the nagual, the second attention, the laws that govern the first attention are no longer valid. They don't apply here or there. If you're not there, and you're here in the tonal world of the nagual, is not apparent to you. It's not available to your perception. It's not accessible to your awareness. You can't see it, so it has no meaning for you. But when you enter into the nagual, if you have sufficient energy to do so, or if you do it by other means such as ingesting power plants, then you will see that the ordinary world of the tonal, which is non-mysterious and rather predictable in the way things happen by cause and effect, the world does not appear mysterious or unfathomable, nor does it appear stupendous and awesome. It's simply something that we have grown familiar with because we've been there all our lives, all our days. That's all we've seen, that's all we've known. Right? So naturally, when one enters into the nagual, the spirit, for the first time, the abstract, one is absolutely flabbergasted. I mean, a whole new world opens up. Inconceivable to the senses. Things are not so predictable there. And this is a warrior's world, a sorcerer's world. And only a sorcerer's understanding will suffice. And the warrior must assume responsibility, the ability to respond to phenomena in the nagual, in the sorcerer's world, this marvelous dimension of existence, previously unseen, the reality behind apparent reality, the reality of imagination. A warrior must learn to make every act count, since he is going to be here in the world for only a short while, in fact, too short for witnessing all the marvels of it. Well, that statement, quote, is fairly self-explanatory. We'll go into it a little bit. Warrior must make every act count. Every act must lead to something. He must know why he's doing it and what's the purpose of the act, because in the full knowledge that she is going to be here for a very short time. Who knows how long? Our lives could be over in the next instant. That's how precious our time is here. Our lives are on this earth. Our lives are drops in the ocean. Our time here is limited. We must make full use of our time, our resources, our energy. Acts have power, especially when the warrior acting knows that those acts are his last battle. There is a strange, consuming happiness in acting with the full knowledge that whatever he is doing may very well be his last act on earth. Now, if you act with the full knowledge that this act, in this moment, is your last battle on earth, then that act in itself will have tremendous power, tremendous energy. How could it not? Acting with the full knowledge that this act now is your last stand on earth. How could that not be happiness itself? How could it not bestow upon the warrior such magnificent joy? A warrior must focus his attention on the link between himself and his death, without remorse, or sadness, or worrying. He must focus his attention on the fact that he does not have time, and let his acts flow accordingly. He must let each of his acts be his last battle on earth. Only under those conditions will his acts have their rightful power. Otherwise, they will be, for as long as he lives, the acts of a fool. So by focusing the attention between yourself and your impending death, that the knowledge of that link, the seeing of that connection, here and now, will give every one of your acts their rightful power. That's how you do it, by focusing the link between yourself and your death. Now, at first, in the tonal, you won't see it. It will simply be a concept to you. But in the Nagual, you are able to feel the presence of death, even though you may not see it behind your left shoulder. You may or you may not, but you can nonetheless know, not intellectually mind, but bodily, in the very depths, core of your being, that you could die at any minute, and therefore that bodily knowledge then imbues your acts with the rightful power. Every act is your last battle on earth. A warrior hunter knows that his death is waiting, and the very act he is performing now may well be his last battle on earth. He calls it a battle because it is a struggle. Most people move from act to act without any struggle or thought. A warrior hunter, on the contrary, assesses every act, and since he has an intimate knowledge of his death, he proceeds judiciously, as if every act were his last battle. Only a fool would fail to notice the advantage a hunter has over his fellow men. A warrior hunter gives his last battle its due respect. It's only natural that his last act on earth should be the best of himself. It's pleasurable that way. It dulls the edge of his fright. So when you know that your death is waiting, stalking behind your left shoulder, and you know that every act that you're performing is your last battle, and you know and you see and you feel in every fibre of your being that it is a struggle, then this imbues your acts with such power that it gives every act such intense meaning, such power, such glory, for lack of a better word. So only a fool would fail to see the advantage that a warrior has over the average man. Because a warrior, in the light of the knowledge of his death, gives every battle, every context, every situation, every moment its due respect. He shows up. She shows up with presence. See? And that ameliorates our fear. It erases it. Because to die in battle is a glorious thing. It is a victorious act in itself. Be a victorious spirit.